Good morning, students. I am your English teacher Irshad. Today I have to teach you a poem titled The Shade. This is the poem which I have to teach you today, and this poem has been written by a poet named Frank Philip. Actually, through this very poem, the poet has tried his best to give us message that sometimes we are also cheated by the people, cheated by our friends and our nearest and dearest persons. Means if we want to use anything and other people they also want to use, then sometimes those very people try to misguide us. So here the theme of this poem is this, that at first before following or before that obeying anybody, we should realize, we should try to observe that really the person's statement is in our favor or the person is trying to get the advantage only for himself and he wants to make us away from the advantage. Here in the poem Shade, author is telling that he has a brother. He has a brother, and the mentality of his brother is not very neat and thin. It is not very clean, because his brother always think for his own benefit, and he always try to make the poet foolish. One day, author, even it is also said that there was a garden, and at the last of the garden, author has a old shade. Here the meaning of shade is that very house in which some different varieties of things can be stored, and there we can keep those very things very safe. Other meaning of the shade is also the place or the house where animals are kept. So here the meaning of shade is this, that the place, the house where the requirement things are stored. So at the last of the garden of the author, there was a shade, and that she was in old state, old situations, that was we can say that uncared by the poet and also his family members. Due to this, the condition of that very shade was very miserable. Even the bricks were not in good situations, that we can say doors and windows and the roofs, that those very things were not well maintained. So spiders, they made their web at the gate and also inside the house. The doors and windows started to rot. Means the condition was totally very bad. And when author was passing through his shade, then many times he reminded that somebody is trying to attract him towards the shade through the window. And when author was passing, then he realized that he must enter in the shade and he should try to see that what is the reality, what is available inside the shade, because from a long time he had not entered into the shade. But on other side, his brother used to say him that in the shade there is a ghost. There is a ghost living, and the ghost is very dangerous, and the ghost is living in the floor, even in the whole shade. So as soon as the author will enter in the shade, the ghost will attack on him, attack on the poet, and the ghost will chop his head. Means the author will turn his head in other directions. In this way, the poet will have to depart, the poet will die. This is the statement which was full of the fear. But author realized that if his brother is telling these very things, but he must enter into the shade. And when he entered into, before entering into the shade, he realized that it may be that his brother is trying to use Those very said for his own purpose means his brother is willing to use the seed for his den. Here den means his brother is ready to keep his own useful things, to store his useful things in the shed, and that shed will be given name den. So author realized that he will not follow the command of his brother, and a time will come when he will enter into the shed and the reality will be clear. So here the message of this very poem is this, that we should not always follow anybody, but before following anybody we must realize that really he is right or wrong, he is in our favor or he is not in our favor, he is willing to help us or he is not willing to help us. If we will have such variety of ability, then it is sure that we will not be failure and nobody will make us foolish. Otherwise, everybody will make us foolish and we will have nothing left to lose at last. So this is from my side for today. That's all. Thank you.